Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. Got some good stuff going on today. Definitely, as you may have noticed, yesterday was a bit of a dump. Today, we're starting to see some foundation. Is it a dead cat bounce? Are we on the way up again? We shall see. I should say, is it a dead cat bounce or are we on the way up again? It's anybody's guess, but I'm feeling kind of positive right now. BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. Going to mention some quick news as we rock along here. Elected officials, police chiefs leaked on Oath Keepers list. Interesting news here because I didn't know being an Oath Keeper was a crime. I'm not one, but it does go to show the political division in this country at this time. You may like the Oath Keepers, you might not like them, but it shouldn't be a big deal if you are one. You know what I'm saying? Also, Russia Gazprom signs gas deal. Sorry, I got to get my. For some reason, I'm. There we go. Needed a drink of water. Russia's Gazprom signs gas deal with China to convert payments to ruble yuan. It's really interesting. Russia's Gazprom on Tuesday said it had reached an agreement with China to start fulfilling its gas supply contracts with payments made in rubles or yuans instead of euros or dollars. This is a big deal. I mean, Russia big time supplying China with gas, and the petrodollar is now really pretty much not involved whatsoever. The ruble ultimately slightly becoming gold backed, slightly. And we'll take a look at that chart in a second. As a matter of fact, why I'm mentioning this is just, I kind of like to give a view of, I know this is about, Bitcoin daily view, but, what's going on in the world does affect the market as a whole. And so if we do look here, let's look at a daily chart once again, give us some of these indicators here that don't really matter. And if I spread this out, we can see this is just something to note. Look at that. The yuan, I'm sorry, not the yuan, but the ruble versus the USD. Here's when the war started right here, or you should say like the military exercises started. Of course, we had a dump, which would be expected, but that is long since in the past. That ended back in 25th of April, 2022. So really, it's just crushing it. So something to pay attention to. Political division in the country. It's not okay to belong to a somewhat radical group like the Oath Keepers, but they ain't really hurting anybody. I don't care if you're a member of a lot of organizations. Really, just don't hurt anybody, and all is good. And the Oath Keepers. Well, anyway, I don't want to belabor it, but it shouldn't be even a story. Actually, the membership should be public. Who even cares, right? If you're in a legal organization doing things you shouldn't be doing, then who cares, right? But with that said, China now exclusively paying Russia in, you could pretty much say either yuan or rubles. Ultimately, if they are paying in yuan or yuan, whatever you call it, it's going to go through, what's that bank probably, I forget. It's going to get converted ultimately to rubles during part of the transaction. So pretty much Russia is doing just great. Ruble is doing just great. Collective Europe, collective West, especially Europe, not so wonderful. So I won't belabor this. So I didn't form my thoughts totally well on that before I mentioned it, but I just kind of went with it. Anyway, Michael Burry and Goldman Sachs agree we have not hit bottom yet. I'm looking at this, and why I wanted to mention this story is who cares what they think. Really, Michael Burry, he kind of reminds me of like a Peter Schiff or something. He's just Peter Schiff is like buy gold, Bitcoin sucks. And then, Michael Burry, we're not at the bottom yet. I short the market, whatever. It's just an old broken record. And one of the things that I would have to say is, I'm just mentioning this story because like here's another one, like 6 out of 10 triggers, same market bottom, not yet. Oh, this is too good. You got to pay for this article here on Zero Hedge. Well, you know what? I'm not going to pay for it. And I really don't care about your conjecture. There's so much conjecture right now. Trade the way you trade. If you have a methodology that works, then use it. If you're a long-term dollar cost averager of Bitcoin, then carry on, But really, the conjecture right now, especially whenever we're at like an inflection point of could go long, could go short, could pump, could dump, every ass clown in the world has to give their opinion, and that's fine, but don't let it sway you from, let me call it like your intuition, your belief. What is your plan? Because Michael Burry, along with Zero Hedge, they make money when you pay attention to them. All right, and if someone's making money off selling you some crap, then just be sure that you're aware of that. It might be good stuff or it might be crap, but if they're making money and getting you to believe something and come back for more, realize, whether it's the market's going to dump, Michael Burry dump, or Zero Hedge, you got to pay for this article. Just realize they might be doing you a favor, or they might be no better. They might be the moral equivalent of crack dealers, truly, or like fentanyl dealers. So anyway, with that said, Lark Davis, a good guy. And you're right, he is selling you something. He has the wealth management system, a report that he does sell. You know what? It's worth it. It's not crap. So there you go. Shout out to Lark Davis here on Twitter. I will actually put his list. I'll put him in a live chat. You know what? Because here's a guy who's yeah, you're right. He's selling something. Let's see. Let me put that in here. I'll get this moving a little bit faster here, everybody. Sorry to kind of be moving slow. But anyway, Lark Davis mentions 18,785 is the lowest daily candle close for Bitcoin in 2022 so far. Well, this is true. Let's see if that ends up being the lowest or not. I like the way he puts it forth. It's like, this is the lowest. Matter of factly, it's the lowest. What do you think is going to happen? He's not telling you like a Michael Burry or Peter Schiff or, Zero Hedge, pay for my article with clickbait title. We're going to look at this a little bit closer. This is by Lazy Bear. I just kind of found this indicator. I'll put it over at Bitcoin Daily View, but it's not there yet, so I will put it in the live chat. I find this to be really, really a cool indicator. And the reason that I found it was, and I should link it, actually, I'm not gonna bother holding this up and looking for it. But VP, a very great YouTuber and teacher of Forex trading, he mentioned this in his podcast today, his YouTube. I'll link to it. Like, I'll put a comment under this video in case you want to see it. But he doesn't really deeply go over how it works any more so than this. He's not referencing the Lazy Bear version explicitly. He's looking at a different version, different system. So, but here's the deal. The Coral indicator, it's very simplistic the way it works. When you got the green bubbles, buy. You get the red bubbles, sell. When you have, I do believe, yellow, like you see it right here, that means little yellow bubbles. That means transition period, like you can see one right here. I do believe that's it means it's uncertain. So let's see, support modules, trend mode, ribbon mode, the famous trend indicator, MT4 platform. Anyway, Lazy Bear wrote this, and what I like about this is that here over at TradingView, I'm going to add as my favorite indicators because I do like it. You can see how it's done. I really like that. I mean, if something's great and the source is hidden, but yet they share it, wonderful, good enough. I really love when people actually just share it for real. And I also wonder if anybody happens to know, is Lazy Bear still alive? It's been a long time. He hasn't put anything out, and I've always wanted to meet this guy or talk to him, maybe interview him over at my little Radiant Creators podcast. This indicator is great. When it's green, buy. When it's red, sell. I think yellow is transition. So we're going to look at a chart with this on the 4 hour in a little bit as we roll along, so you can get a better idea. Once again, I link to it. I'll even put a comment under the video with this, and et cetera, et cetera. Let's keep this rolling. Sorry, disoriented today. So here we go. Looking at this wonderful aggregate. Agri-trade. It's over at bitcoindailywiew.com. You can link to this exact layout here. You can make your own layout. Today we're on the way up. I've been seeing a lot of shorts get wrecked, especially just recently. So this was a nice move. Bitcoin just pumped over 19,000. That's really wonderful. It's testing it again for support. Let's see if it holds. Good news in the market in general today. I really enjoy what we're seeing. Today, the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500, especially the S&P 500, because I do believe that Bitcoin and the S&P 500 are very, very correlated. So in general, the S&P 500 opened and it has managed to stay bullish all day. It's up 1.8%. That is incredible. And if we look at the S&P 500 items, look at that. Friggin' glorious. Only thing that's not doing so well is energy. Oh, well, that's fine. But you get. Anyway, so with that said, nice, beautiful green chart. For some reason, gas and oil integrated is not doing too good. And we're going to look at that a little bit closer in a moment because I noticed that too for a U.S. oil spot. Now, looking at DXY, here's a lot of the reason that this is happening today, I think. As you can see, DXY on the daily chart has been on a rocket ship to Pluto for quite a while. And I think maybe if we just look at this pattern that's been going on here, it makes sense to me at least. You kind of got this typical sawtooth pattern, and maybe we're starting to weaken to go down again. That would not break my heart if that happened. I often joke it's really the evil index. Like however great of a grasp that evil has in the world, it's actually charted right here with the DXY because it seems that when it's pumping, all else dumps. All good in the world just seems to go downhill, and when it dumps, when the DXY dumps, good things happen. Flowers bloom. The world's wonderful. People stop bombing third world countries. It's just a wonderful thing. So anyway, with that said, DXY on the daily chart is a red candle today. It's dumping a bit. I think that's given the market and commodities some breathing room. So if we look over here at oil, though, on top left here, what is going on with that? Oil just getting hammered straight up, daily candle, lava flow, boom. I don't know why that's happening. So there you go. Don't know. S&P 500 with DXY with the with the evil index on the way down. We're seeing it's given the S&P 500 a little break. It can actually move. Maybe even start this week before it's over to get above the 50 moving average again. That would be nice. Tech 100. Not that I like the top Tech 100 companies. They're mostly doing things that I don't appreciate. But with that said, or some things that I don't appreciate. Like I'm glad that my cell phone works, but I'm not so happy that I'm tracked everywhere. If you know what I'm saying. U.S. Tech 100. There you go, green candle today. It's nice to see it moving. Gold, nice green candle today. Silver, nice green candle today. And if you think about it, we kind of. Some people are so hung up on you have to retest every high and low. Well, that could have been really kind of a retest, even though silver kind of blew it, of retesting that low. Maybe we'll see an upwards trend now for gold and silver. But really, it's all about the DXY. If this guy starts to actually if the sawtooth pattern, plays out like they usually do, and this thing begins to trend back down, maybe to like the right here, this green one is a 50 moving average. If it moved back down to that 50 moving average to bounce back up, by the time it actually got to that 50 moving average, we'd all be probably in some sweet profits if you're trading. Unless you're shorting, and if you're shorting, then you don't care. Just know that it may be on a downwards trend, and you're going to be your shorts we might be in short territory. I'm sorry, if it trends down, we're in long territory. If it keeps pumping, we're still in short territory. For you longers and shorters. Looking at Bitcoin volume, last 24 hours, 6.4 billion. Not bad at all. Good enough. Looking at at Bitcoin in the top 100, Bitcoin once again above 19,000. I like seeing that. And boom, like crazy, we are seeing some alts begin to explode. Now, Terra Luna Classic has been doing well all day, but it just picked up even more. Near protocols bumped 7%. Solana's bumped 3.6%. Helium, HNT was doing well all day. I think it just pumped some more. SNX is synthetic network is up 6.5. Quant, a bunch of stuff is just EOS is kind of interesting. EOS started moving right before Bitcoin made the move above 19,000. So we're starting to see alts really respond to this. So the market wants to rocket ship to Pluto. It certainly does. It just needs, I think, honestly, a dollar strength index to chill the crap out. All right, now, as you can see, volume is trailing off. Today, it was higher earlier, but now it's trailing off. Can't tell you why it's trailing off while we're actually Bitcoin starting to move. Don't know, don't get it. Derivatives. How about longs versus shorts? Bitcoin, actually, longs versus shorts are incredibly low right now as far as volume last 24 hours. Let's see how that changes. We might see the tangent of the 7-day graph turn up real quick. Longs versus shorts on Binance. 71% long, 28% shorts. There is nonstop for the last day or so been, even when Bitcoin was dumping, a long bias. And then, of course, Ethereum, 56% long, 43% short. Ethereum is showing a little bit of life recently. I kind of like seeing that. I'm going to look at, let's keep going. At the end, I'm going to throw something out, throw something in that I almost forgot to. Now, here's Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. And here's the coral indicator. As you can see, green means buy, red means sell. Green means buy, red means sell, as you can see. And sometimes there's like a yellow a yellow dot or yellow dots while it's still in transition. So let's see, bar color, background color, trend. Is this the right one? Let's see, inputs, smoothing period, constant. I don't even know what these things mean, to be honest with you. Oh, ribbon mode, how's that look? Oh, that's kind of interesting if you want to look at it like that. This is a lazy bird indicator that I referenced earlier. If you have a hard time seeing or something, you might want to use that. Good God. Anyway, smoothing period and constant D, whatever those even mean. I mean, smoothing period is kind of obvious. I have seen in other versions, like when it's in transition, it'll have a yellow dot or two. Visibility. Okay, well, anyway, there you go. So in the 4-hour chart, you can really see how this thing kind of shines. Really, if you just played this indicator, and actually, does this indicator have alerts, I wonder? Let's see. Can you do an alert on this one? Add alert. How would that work? This one, not crossing, but crossing up. And I don't think I can do it. Anyway, guys, something to play with. Like I say, this is rather interesting. I like indicators like this. I couldn't even tell with this thing how it's figuring this out, but it's popular. Has a lot of likes on TradingView for Lazy Bear on this one. Just something to check out. I mean, really, if you could get a notification, an alert when this thing went, green to red, like on a 4-hour chart, look at that. You could just Lambo all day, 4-hour chart. I mean, if you're willing to, invest and leave in long enough. I mean, look at that. What if you were to, anyway, I don't want to belabor it, but as you can see, that's not bad. And you could mess with adjusting it and even see. Like, I wonder if you went on like a 45-minute chart, how would that work? 45. Like 45 would have said buy earlier. Look at that. Boom. It would have said sell here. Bonk. And then it would have said buy here. Bonk. So that's not bad. Looking at just a 45-minute chart. Not a bad little indicator. Something to play with. You can even look at the code. Of course, I like that and see exactly how it's coming to the conclusions that it is coming to. But with that said, let's quickly check this out. Let's keep on moving, everybody. I want to make this as quick as possible. As we can see, this is a chart that I've been looking at for quite a while. This is back in March 2020 when we were down at 3K. This fib level, as you can see, recently we visited we're back on the 16th, 20th. Let's see, about the 19th, 20th of June, we visited the 786 fib level around 17,796. We visited that fib level. As you can see, it's played a role in the past. We bounced off it recently. Well, not too recently. I mean, it was, June, but still. And now we've been heading down to it until recently. Yeah, we hit it on that wick down to, it was like 18th of June, 2022. So anyway, bam. There we go. It looks like maybe we're getting some energons going. I mean, we'll see. I was wondering if we're going to come back down and visit it. We don't really know. We'll see what happens. But there you go. Okay. Looking at the 45-minute chart. Oh, and what does that indicator say? Oh, it's not there. I have to add it again. I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, we'll start integrating that indicator. And I'll do a chart with just that when I do these, and like on the 4-hour, and tell you if we're buy or sell that day when I do the daily view. Because if you're willing to leave those swings in for a little while, that 4-hour chart for Bitcoin alone might be kind of sweet. We'll have to see. Anyway, 45-minute chart for Bitcoin. As you can see, I think the whales have been keeping it range bound for quite a while. And it dumped, of course. Right now it's got some serious energons going. It broke 19,000. It's already up to 19,173. We're getting some green here in the directional index. That's a nice thing to see. Binary candles are beginning to lessen. Maybe we'll see some blue soon. KRI is good. Stochastic RSI is good. And this funny thing is, we saw some what I would call. Let me go to the 4-hour chart, just so we can get a vision, an idea of, so you can kind of see where some institutional money, I believe volume came in to dump it. And that's what they oftentimes do. They'll just dump it. Then, of course, you don't see any unusually great volume. They're just letting the market slowly push it back up. And they probably got their leveraged longs in. Looking at the 44-hour chart right now, the stochastic RSI and the KRI are in a great spot. Squeeze indicator hasn't really started to fire off yet, but that's fine. Directional index is about to go green pretty soon. Looking at the 4-hour chart, this is pretty sweet. Just watch out, because we are still well below the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. If we go to the 45-minute chart, we're also well below the 200 moving average, but we do have some nice, beautiful candles by Sam. As you can see, they've gone blue, which means you have 3 or more in a positive direction. They kind of go blue or purple, and when they dump, of course, you can see they go yellow. So we got some nice, beautiful energy going on, beautiful upwards trend. All about, are we going to cross this 200 moving average today or tomorrow or soon? If we can get above that and actually hold it, that would be pretty groovy. 15-minute chart, it's getting close to that 200 moving average, but it ain't there yet. How about 5-minute chart? 5-minute chart, yep, a 200 moving average break. That's kind of nice to see. We might even see the 200 moving average cross above the 314 moving average on the 5-minute chart, and that would be nice. 5-minute chart, honestly, is looking pretty strong. So I think we definitely have some energy coming into Bitcoin at this time. To see if it actually can, make a high and hold it. I'd be very happy if it actually closed the day. The daily candle above 19K would just be spiffy. Ethereum versus USDT. This is nice. I haven't really been excited by this chart. I looked at it the other day, but we do have that upgrade coming soon. Buy the rumor, sell the news. And could this be the beginning of some, positive energy for Ethereum? It has really moved today pretty darn well. It's gotten above the 200 moving average. All about, can it hold it there? It did get above the 200 and 314 within 2 to 3 candles. Well, within 3 candles, as you can see, the blue diamond merit badge is kind of blinking on and off. If it could actually close above the 200 moving average with support above that today, it would be absolutely groovy on the 45-minute chart. Directional index is beginning to show some green. I like that. Squeeze indicator is going in the right direction. Just about to get some blue on the binary candles. KRI is good. Stochastic RSI is good. But it really has moved quite a lot. So hopefully it has some energy to actually break that 200 moving average and stay above it, or else it might get rejected there. And well, there you go. It's going to probably end up right back where it started if it gets rejected. Looking at Lun C, it's a beautiful thing today. It sucks. I bought some yesterday, but I got stopped out. And I was wondering if it was going to get a move today, and it certainly had. It started to move before Bitcoin got its push. I'm sure many else did, but Lun C did for sure. It's pushed on top of the RSI cave. It's kind of far from the moving 8 hours, the red one right there. But these indicators do look positive. I'm going to hold off because stochastic RSI is pretty overstressed right there. You can see the institutional. Look in the 4-hour chart, you can probably see some institutional money. Yeah, institutional money has probably been pushing this thing. But in the 4-hour chart and in the 45-minute chart, we are seeing that we're pushing top the RSI cave pretty darn hard. I'm waiting for this thing to retrace, and maybe I'll get in Lun C, but it needs to retrace a bit. I just think that looking at the, especially this stochastic RSI right here, we're a bit overstressed. So let's see what happens. On top of the RSI cave, you're usually gonna bounce at that point. So I might catch the bottom of the next retrace if all looks well. So with that said, that's about it. Other than that, just remember, no matter what's going on in your life right now, you're not living in California where you can't charge your Tesla, and you got to drive around with a generator. And also, one more thing I wanted to mention before getting out of here is I do think, let me find it here. I know you guys can't see what I'm looking at. I'll have it here in a second for you. Let's see if I can find it. I don't think I can find it. Sorry to keep you guys held up. Darn, no, I can't find it fast. Yeah, I can. Here we go. Boom. You're going to see it pop up right now. Fed on path for another 0.75 point of interest rate lift after Powell's inflation pledge. And this came out, this morning, I think, right? When would this come out? September 7th, came out today. And so over at the Bitcoin Daily View chat, Private Keys mentioned, he said, basically, seems like the dump yesterday was from insider knowledge that the Fed was going to leak their 0.75 hike today. So there you go. Did the crypto dump come from insider trading, from big money possibly getting out of that asset and getting ready to catch what we're seeing today? This possible sweet reversal we got going on here. Looking at the 5-minute chart, boom, we are breaking above the important moving averages on the 5-minute chart. If that can happen on the 15 and the 45, there you go. Look for this thing to pump and see if we can get Bitcoin back above the 200 and 314, which would be around only really about about 20,000, and find support above these moving averages, and maybe we're back in business. Who knows? It's conjecture, but I do think Private Keys is onto something. I do think that maybe yesterday's dump in the markets and the index of evil, the DXY, its pump was because the insiders, the big money, knew about this and they are positioning themselves. So I will take this article and I will post it in the live chat here so you can take a look at it if you so desire. Take care, and remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of crap WEF globalist cries. And, a moment of silence for our friends, our brothers and sisters over there in Europe, in Germany and such. We might be carrying little trailers with a generator around for our Tesla in some parts of America right now, but they are utterly screwed. It's getting Stone Age over there. Anyway, Bitcoin, best hedge against the Great Reset. Take care. Not financial advice right there. Bye.